Today's guest was an expert racer with a career defined by speed until a 2011 injury paralysed his right arm and redefined his purpose. Caught your bar?
Literally, yeah, just tug of a bar, but just didn't see it coming at all. I think he must have just locked the front brake and just no time to think and just bam.
While working at Mojo Suspension, he teamed up with his boss, Chris Porter, to engineer the very brace that would get him back on the bike.
I had this vision of it and I was like, I'm gonna build an arm brace, this will work. And I just haven't stopped thinking that way.
Tom Wheeler didn't just find a way back on the trails, he built the technology to take others with him. Today, he is the founder of Ride-Adapt, where he helps others to overcome the impossible. Tom is proof that the right mindset is the most powerful tool in the kit.
Yeah, there's so much to still do. And like, I feel like, I don't know about you, but like, I kind of love it.
This is a story of grit, engineering, and the not broken mindset. This is Tom Wheeler. Tom Wheeler, welcome to the Rideable Now Podcast with me, Martyn Ashton.
Did you see?
How was that?
I fully came on that with you, didn't I?
Dude, thanks for doing this.
No, thanks for having me.
We're kind of in your home, not your work environment.
Yeah.
At Saddleback.
It's been my home now. Oh, it's going to come up 5 years. Where's
Tell
that
us
gone?
quickly about this room we're in, because it's
So
unreal.
we are in Saddleback, who's a distributor of lots of premium goods. I work for those guys. That's a day job, and I am in what we call the bunker.
The bunker.
Yeah.
Well, what a bunker it is.
Yeah, we get to have meetings out here, get
cool.
inspired by all the cool stuff that mountain biking's created over the years, and yeah,
it's nice.
It's cool because you come out here and you just kind of.
It's making me feel so relaxed.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I feel like I might be getting too relaxed.
We're going to be asleep.
It's so nostalgic.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I feel really at home. There's a Volvo Cannondale jersey.
Yeah.
There.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's special, and you
nice.
just keep spotting different things. You know, you got Troy Lee Designs helmets from way back when, and yeah, it's really cool.
Look at you getting the branding in already.
Well, I think there's a JMC bike over it as well, and that's
just a JMC bike over there.
a replica, I imagine. Yeah, but
it's very cool, very very cool. Before we go right into it, I thought what we'd do, us being two people with disabilities,
yes,
right? I thought what would be good for the listener as well, is if we did like a dark humour calibration.
Okay,
so
what were you asking me to do? High tens?
Like what is the dark matter that could come up? So I'm like, are you medium, spicy, or super hot on dark humour?
I can get pretty dark with it.
Yeah, so I'd say I'm super hot.
Yeah,
right,
okay.
So listener, that's almost a little bit of a public health warning.
I like that. Yeah,
this could get to.
Yeah, I do often find myself
hot,
kind of joking about it, and you see people's expressions.
I'm not saying we will, but I'm just warning everyone. It could.
Yeah, I'm pretty lighthearted.
Slips out.
Yeah, for sure.
So
for sure.
I get the vibe that you might say some crazy shit like I would as well.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
What age were you when you had your accident?
I was. Oh, good one. Oh, I should know this, shouldn't I? I want to say.
Sometimes quite hard.
I want to say. I think I was. I always said I was 21, but I wasn't. I was 20, and then I turned 21.
So go back for me like 2 years, like 18-year-old Tom.
Ooh.
What was he expecting from life?
Oh,
what
wow.
was riding gonna be? What was the potential? If it all went well, what were you hoping for then?
I was so.
And how were you riding then?
Yeah, so I was at 18. I would have been part-time work at Mojo Suspension, packing on a packing bench, you know. Packing. Yeah, yeah, keeping it real. I was in university, but I was like, not like normal people. I stayed at home.
Right.
So I could still work part-time. Like I live near mountains. I didn't want to leave all those awesome things. So yeah, I was at uni studying interactive media.
Interactive media?
Yeah.
What's it? What?
That's like, how to explain it? So this was pre-iPhone. So that takes you back a little bit, right?
It does, doesn't it?
So yeah, we were just playing around with computer programs and all that good stuff, really.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it was cool. Because I've always been a bit of a creative, and I've never, like, often you speak to people like, I went and did a graphic design course, or I did this, or that. I like doing it all. I like filmmaking. I also like programming and bits and bobs, and so that's what I was doing. And then really it was, first year of uni, was the first year I was in the expert category, and that was the first year I actually started winning stuff. So that was pretty ace. And then I had a little bit of a quiet period when I was in university. And then when I finished uni, I was like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
I was like,
and what does that mean? You want to do it? Like,
I wanted to see if I could like get on the World Cup circuit, and because I'd done university, and I'd always been like quite a local kind of rider. I'd never really gone outside. I'd done a few races in Portugal, but it just wasn't on the radar to get to World Cups. Like we just, my family were amazing. They supported me, but I remember the conversation, like, we only thought there was dragon downhills, like races in Wales. We didn't know there was other ones, right? And then my dad was like, well, what's next then? Because I was doing pretty well. And then, it was like, oh, yeah, you got to go do nationals. Whoa. Outside of Wales? Like, hang on a second. And then, we did. And I was pretty good, getting consistent results. And
Where did you ride nationals? Like
nationals, I did.
What were the tracks you sort of discovered?
Fort William, like A Forest, Inleafan, all that stuff. To be honest, if it wasn't in Scotland, no offence to like the British tracks at the time, I didn't realise how good we had it in Wales.
Yeah, some good tracks.
It's really good.
Yeah. I mean, that's evident now.
Yeah,
I guess
for sure. But it was, I loved it. I always felt like when I went to like nationals, and it's cool, get to spend time with Dad in the van, and it was good. Have one story going a bit off topic, but we once drove all the way to Fort William, and I was following, I've forgotten his name now. Rogers, his second name. Tommy Rogers, I think his name was. Wild guy, fast rider. He knew the tracks. Follow me in. Yeah, cool. We just put those massive tabletops at the bottom. First run down. Yeah. Boom, send it in, and he would like really squash the bike as he took off. Yeah. I was like, I better give it a bit of oomph. Yeah. Yeah, did it. Just straight over the bars. When you overextend your leg so far to try and save it. I pulled all my muscles in my legs, landed in the like rut, drainage rut. Yeah. And I like wheeled my bike down. Went to my dad. He just looked at me once. He was like, "We're going home, aren't we?" I was like, no. Yeah, man, we are. Can't move. So all the way to Fort William, all the way home, and then he didn't realise he had the hotel key in his pocket as well. So we got 2 hours home, and we had to turn around and drive back. No way. Yeah, it's a good story.
Do you remember hotel keys?
Oh that's mad. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you just left it, wouldn't you? You just. So I kind of went off topic then, but basically Tom then would have been full, like, I got to meet through Chris Porter at Mojo. I got to meet Fabian Borelli, came over, and somehow we went on this like work ride out, and then it just ended up being me, Chris, and Fab just riding, on my local tracks. Yeah, and obviously I knew all the lines, so I was like, show him a thing or two. Who's Fabian Borelli?
Show Fabian Borelli.
And he was reasonably impressed. Yeah, he's excitable as Fab is.
Did he do anything on your trails that you thought, whoa?
I do. There was one thing on the Cumcan single track. Yeah, and he pulled out some insane hop over some stump. Yeah, like, it was disgusting, but he did it. And we were all a bit like, well, I've been riding this trail I don't know how many years, and I never thought of doing that. I mean,
he's famously like a technical.
Yeah. But he was amazing, and I think kind of through speaking with him, someone at his level, and he could see that I could potentially be at that pace and be at a World Cup. I was like, well, I should probably have a good go at it then. I never really truly committed to it. And that's it. I was like living by myself. I was living with my brother, but he was working away for a week. And just riding bikes and packing suspension and just stoked.
I bet working at Mojo was so good back then. I did a really similar thing at a Pico.
Oh, okay.
I was packing in the warehouse at a Pico in my very early days of, my sort of 18 around there, and Yeah, I loved it. It's still like the favourite job I ever had in my life. And the guy who owned it was Yrjö Vestarinen, who was 3 times world motorcycle trials champion right back in the day.
Hero.
So I'd go in there and I'd still be a bit like, oh my God, there's Yrjö over there, you know. And they're the best job.
Dude, that was what it was like for me. I remember I did my work experience there because there was a link from my brother, and I knew Tim Williams, who was like one of the main guys there. And then, like, I've been just around the scene forever. Like, I've been racing bikes since I was 4. So, like, I've always been about. And then it's like, oh, okay, I could do the experience there. And I remember, like, Chris Ball, he was on the Mojo team at the time. He called in, and who was it? Rowan Sorrell. Like, all these people who have gone on to some insane things. I was making cups of tea for them and, like, washing their bikes. And,
Rowan's done all right.
Yeah, Rowan's all right. Yeah, still a bit, you know. Dodgy Welshman, isn't he?
Mojo did have some dickheads, though.
I was a bit responsible for getting them there, I think.
Oh, no.
So, well, I know, it's a bit of a dickhead.
I wish I hadn't said that, because now Matt's behind me and I'm nervous.
Yeah. It's a bit rude, isn't it, Matty? Well, Matty was a grom.
I can't help myself.
That's the thing, me and Matty go way back. So, yeah, it's, that was it, really. Tom at 18. Getting snaked by you at skate park as well, probably.
You said about this on the phone, that I snaked you at a skate park.
I used to be.
I can't believe that.
I was the cool kid on the BMX.
Oh, I remember you.
You were too big time, Mr. Trials boy.
Well, the thing
hopping
is,
and skipping.
I doubt I'd have been doing anything that good because I wasn't very good at BMX.
Can you remember the bull?
Oh yeah, God! I spent a long time in. Talking about Newport.
Yeah. That's my local. I was like my local.
Burned down for insurance reasons.
Yeah. It's probably the best thing that could have ever happened to it.
Mate, I loved it. I broke my back there once.
Did you?
Yeah, in the foam pit.
Oh, in the.
Yeah, just went straight through the 2 inches of foam.
That foam pit was disgusting.
Snapped my back in half.
Oh, nice. What were you trying? Backflips?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was no lip on it though, was it? It was like.
No, the problem was I didn't know how to do backflips, and for some reason I was about to leave. My mates were still riding though, and I did a jump into the foam pit to sort of almost indicate to them that I didn't have anything left to do, and I was just so tired.
Yeah,
been riding for ages, and I just did a crap jump in, really steep, and thought, oh, that's probably how a backflip works. And then because they were all sort of like preoccupied still with their riding, I thought, I'll have a go at a backflip, I think. That would be really cool, you know. And I tried one and it nearly worked. And I thought I just needed to go faster. And then I went as fast as I could, like squashed, there's the jump box before the takeoff. Squashed it over that. And then just went doof like that. And I never even turned up. You just
kept going up onto your back.
So high.
Yeah.
And then I just come straight down.
I had a few attempts into that doing backflips.
That's the only reason I can do backflips, because I crashed that backflip.
You're so scared of it ever happening again.
And then Simon Tabron, when I was still in the chair after that, Simon Tabron was like, well, you've got to learn it because you've paid for it.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to have a bad back for the rest of your life. Yeah. And I was like, oh, Christ, now I've got to go and actually... I didn't even want to do backflips.
Yeah,
I was like,
you got them pretty dull though, didn't you? Like,
I used them all the time.
Yeah, you did them on road bike.
I had to go through quite a learning process because I was obviously a little bit gun shy of trying them because of what happened the first time.
Yeah, I could never get past. You know, like I could get upside down,
once
but I
you do one, you're like, oh, that's the easiest.
Was it just you've got to keep looking at you and just kind
of?
No,
you've got to do much less than you think. Like if you really do a big old pull, you're trying to do like an old school BMX loop.
Yeah.
But that isn't a backflip. Like a backflip, you just got to sit into it
and let it be.
Like just look, but not arch your back to look.
Right.
And it just spins
and then it pushes the rest of it, like it follows it. Yeah,
and it goes around so fast. You have to sort of like stretch yourself out to anyway.
Yeah, but we're getting off on one.
Let's talk about what's the day like then? Where was your accident?
My accident was at a track called Riola.
Yeah.
Pretty famous Welsh track, real fast.
What's the day? Is it like it's a race or?
Yeah, it was a race. It was a race weekend, like just a regional race, not like a national or anything like that. And I was just kind of, I was building momentum into the season. I hadn't planned to race it, but the best way to get faster racing is to do more racing.
Yeah, right.
Just keep it going. So I was like, yeah, I'll just get on that. And it was like right at the tail end of practice, like feeling pretty on it, happy with my lines. And then we were like kind of coming down, and then I passed a very small lorry Greenland. He was like proper grom back then.
Like, you're well slow, get out of the way.
Yeah, no, I wasn't like that. We were chatting lines, and I just said to him, just follow me in, and I got some cool stuff here, like just see what you think. Kind of, I thought I was onto something. Yeah. And we're just following down, and I was just doing this one line where I was like scrubbing the tape just to straighten up the next section, no breaking it, and just giving it full gas. And my bar just got grabbed by a branch, and next thing you know, I just gone flying forward and just speared. I don't know whether it was like a fence post or something, and there it was.
No way.
Done. No
just
more.
Just caught your bar.
Literally, just tug of a bar, but just didn't see it coming at all. I think it must have just locked the front brake, and just no time to think, and just bam. And it's like it's a fast section of track. I reckon we're probably doing about 30 mile an hour plus. So
weirdly, I feel like I've seen the crash.
Yeah, it exists. Yeah,
I don't know.
Send a video clip to Matty. I'm sure you'll.
No, I don't think we'll. No, I don't think we'll.
It's been out there. I'm totally fine with it.
No, I don't know. We'll discuss that after.
All right, fair.
But I don't. I feel like I saw it at the time.
Yeah, I think it did the rounds, to be honest.
Because it does, doesn't it?
And like I was at the time, I asked, do you mind not? Because my family were pretty heartbroken by it all. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's for me, it's part of the game. It's mad unfortunate. I think about people like Travis Pastrana and your Brian Degans of the world, like they've got some serious injuries. Yeah, their arm still works.
Yeah. So what happened? What is the injury? Because I don't really understand it that well.
So it's called a brachial plexus injury. So your brachial plexus is 5 nerves that come out of your spine, and that's what allows you to control the upper limb. Right. And you have them on each side. They do have a bits as well, but yeah, basically I pulled them out of my spine. So it wasn't that I damaged them. They literally, it's called an avulsion, and it just pulled them out. So the simplest way of explaining it is, you know a bit about this.
Yeah, but
wiring, like your brain has to be wired to the limb to tell it what to do. Well, I've not got the wire there anymore.
Why can't they reattach the wire? Is it because the spinal cord injury bit's damaged?
Basically, yeah. There are procedures out there. But it's risky. It's a very risky. Imagine the area you're working on. Right. Yeah. So it's just like
the risk being that you could damage the spinal cord.
You could be paralysed from the neck down. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that is quite risky.
Yeah, I mean, there was options.
That's risky.
Like I remember early days. You can imagine. I'm like, what? I'm done with it. That's pretty serious. Okay. And they're like, yeah. Well, what we could do is we could take some nerves out your other side and see if we can get that working. I'm like, then I'd have 2 arms, which aren't very good. So I was like, yeah, let's not do that. And then what was the other? The actual bit of surgery I did have was what we call an intercostal nerve transfer. So they take nerves, I think I get this right now, from your chest area, and they feed it in to that side. So now when I squeeze my pec don't do anything, but I get.
Oh right.
Yeah, so it rewire you basically.
And that's what you have had done?
Yeah, so that's what allows me to like lift
But you don't really know you're doing the pec bit, really?
No, it's all just natural now, yeah.
Like, because they do that with some people who've got tetraplegic, so like, high injury on the spinal cord, and they'll do that with their...
Yeah.
So they do something in their shoulder that means that their wrist will move and sort of close their grip. Yep. But they sort of basically... rewire something.
Yeah, that'll be it.
And originally they're like doing this.
Yeah.
But actually that's what happens. And then eventually they look to do that, and that's what happens. It's so weird. The brain just goes, crazy. Oh, I get you.
Yeah, literally just rewiring me. It's crazy.
So you do a pec.
I do a pec.
Can you reverse engineer it? Like you go...
What's good? Do the bicep and the pec go.
Could you
like weights, like that.
Could you put weights on your shoulder and get a massive chest?
I don't know. I'd never tried.
Could you do that? And get an Arnie tit like that. So you're just like,
I'll try it. Next time we meet, we'll see how I get on. It's
like,
massive.
How's the training going? Just massive.
Yeah, really good.
It's going amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but you look really weird. You've got a football on the side of your chest.
Yeah, you could. We'll have to try it. You know, why not, isn't it?
You'd have a go, couldn't you?
Yeah, for sure.
So, what's the sort of timeline after that you could like adjust? What's the next 2 weeks after
It's
that
pretty
accident like?
pretty horrific, to be honest. Like the only other injury I had was I put a crack in my shoulder blade.
Yeah.
That's why they were so concerned. They're like, there's nothing wrong with him. Like I was super fit because I've been training and stuff. I just like, I don't know what's going on. And then, it got picked up by a specialist. It just so happened that the hospital I went to, which was Morriston, they had a guy called Mr. Boyce, Dean Boyce, who was a specialist in brachial plexuses.
Right. Okay.
And that's there's only 2 in the UK. One in London and one in Morriston. So I ended up, I got flown to the hospital.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, there you go. We talked about luck earlier, weren't we?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
pretty lucky.
Pretty lucky.
And I got on with him really well from the start, and still like speak to him, and he's proper same guy. And yeah, he was just like, he knew what was going on. I had to have some like MRI scans. They didn't know the extent of the damage because it's very hard to see the nerves, and like we did scans, and we thought it was going to be a lot better than what it turned out to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, there was hope, because if you damage the nerve further down, it over time will repair itself. So as long as you do the physio and keep everything like supple, you can get pretty good function back.
Right.
But that wasn't the case for me. They'd actually popped out, so it wasn't going to happen.
And when did you find that out? Is that like long time?
Well, it was, we were pretty like, open-minded about it all. So it was a long time, I did 2 weeks in hospital before I was well enough to get out after my surgery and all that. Got home, started editing a video because I was working on Mojo, and I was like, I really want to edit that video. Yeah. But I would literally get up, take like this big bowl of tablets because I just didn't know. The nerve pain was so overwhelming.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a sec.
And then like the pain from the surgery, I didn't know what the pain from the surgery was and what the nerve, I hadn't
couldn't connect,
worked that bit out yet. And I was just getting up, just taking like tramadol, gabapentin, all this stuff, heavy stuff. Yeah. I'd have about an hour and out, I'm done. I couldn't, it was ruining me, and I did that quite a while, and then I was like, I gotta go back to work. And like a couple of weeks after that, and I remember saying to my dad, like, drop me off tomorrow. Like, I couldn't even get changed. I couldn't do anything, but in my head I was like, I'll go back to work. Yeah. And I remember getting there, and I tried so hard, and I was like a zombie. You can imagine, like I was. And Chris, I think Susie, who's like the owner here with Chris, was like, Go have a chat with Tom. Like, is he all right? Chris is like, why are you here? It's like, 'cause I got work, I got to make a living. It's like, is that really the only reason you're here? And I was like, I guess so. He's like, go home, we'll sort it out. Like, get better. When you're better, come back. Don't like, this is really serious. So from the get-go, he was like, have my back. And but it's like family, like, I know it sounds a bit cliche, but like, I've been here since I was like 16, They had all of like, everyone like had my back.
Chris Paul, what a guy.
Oh, he's pretty out there.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he was a massive part of my rehab too. Yeah. And that was all him reaching out, going, what can I do?
Oh, dude, like, that was it. And when I did get back, on my feet, I was still trying to pack. Yeah. Went up. And they were like, dude, like, I know you could probably work it out, but maybe there's something better you could do. So then they got me on the phones and doing emails and this and that. And that's when I got chatting to him. I was like, dude, like, I just want to make an arm brace. And Chris, he doesn't take much, and he's like,
that's right up his street.
Yes, that's what we'll do.
He does yes well.
Oh man,
he's always.
I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean yes? He's like, well, you can make it like a knee brace, but for your arm, and then you boom, gone. Yeah. And then next thing you know, he's like, book your appointment.
No way.
What? I was like, we're going. I'll take you. We're gonna go to Ability Clinic in London. they made my knee braces back in the day. They're going to make an arm brace.
Wow.
I was like, serious? Like, okay. Like, and just, yeah, he's just not one for, like, saying no. Is he? You felt like he...
I've not seen him say no.
No, and he was like, yeah, we'll get going. And, you know, Mojo funded that first.
I mean, that whole crew are,
dude,
you know,
so good. Like Gareth as well, like, you know, Gareth
and Paul, and just all, you know, just awesome bunch.
Awesome people. And that's what I mean.
Matt.
And Matt, don't forget Matt. He's a good egg, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, they were like instrumental in it, and that's it. It just, I had no excuses.
Yeah.
It'd be very easy to go, I'm not doing this riding thing anymore. And, but it was at the same time, I was also like, I've got good people around me willing to help. Like, why wouldn't I try and make something of it? And yeah, before I knew it, like, we'd modified the bike, done like all kinds of cool setups. I'm in the right place, and like, you know what it's like.
Yeah, well, you couldn't be in a better place than there to try ideas.
For fabricating, like, we got a lathe, we got a mill. So anything which I come up with, and we had skilled people there who, like Chris would happily be like, yeah, work on Tom's project for, you know, I'll pay you, crack on. And yeah, I was like instrumental in getting me just like, but in that mindset as well, like, yeah, I can. Like,
you can do something, yeah.
You know, I'll be honest, the hardest bit when I was in hospital and kind of coming to that realization, like, shit, like that dream of being a World Cup races, like, that's pretty much gone.
Yeah, well, and when's that?
That was like instantly, because like, lying in bed, and you kind of just get a vibe on how serious it is. And it was like, even if I get good recovery, this is gonna be hard now. Like, it was hard anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna be really tough. But then you kind of break it down. You go, well, what do I want from life? Not to get like mad deep, but 21, that's the start, right? Just finished uni, like, let's go.
Yeah.
And it was like, do you know what? If I could just ride a bike again, do my normal bike riding, ride my local trails. And, like, I don't have to even do it at a like crazy level. If I can just experience just jumping on, chucking the bike gear on, and just riding. And I did. I had this vision of it, and I was like, I gonna build an arm brace. This will work. And I just haven't stopped thinking that way.
Yeah.
So
we'll get to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite interested though, because there's so much positivity from the Mojo support. Yeah. Have you ever had a bit where, you know, like the difficulty of it setting, and you got
it's like I really struggled when I could see it affecting other people, like my family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a hard one for me. And I always put a brave face on for them to some extent. But yeah, I've always been pretty positive with it. But there was a period when I tried to come off the tramadol. I've been on tramadol for 6 years, every day, dude. Like, that's insane.
That's so wild. So wild.
Yeah, but they just kept. I kept
going.
I don't
know how you operated.
I didn't.
I was on tramadol for like,
dude, I didn't.
2 weeks.
But I didn't have. I didn't have to worry. You know, I had people like, I guess, looking out for me, right?
They must have been.
So apologies to anyone who received a dodgy email back about their Fox suspension.
You want a what?
Yeah, what? We were talking about DU bush kits for my shark. Sorry. But yeah, I was like, I just kind of wanted to get on the other side of it. I was like, I don't want to rely on taking that stuff. Yeah. And I did the worst thing you can do. I just went cold turkey. Yeah. And man, the world ended. It was horrendous. It took me 3 months to get over that. That was the only time. That's the only time.
And that was because just getting off the tramadol was
just
hard,
a mixture
right?
of things. Yeah, I just there was some other bits going on, but I think a lot of it was that I just totally underestimated what that stuff does to your head. Yeah, like mental health's never been a thing for me. No, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. Like, you imagine, like me, you seem like, and I'm like, even then, and that's when I was like, something's not right.
Something's not happening.
Something's not going.
Because let's explain a little bit, because the nerve pain of a spinal cord injury or a nerve injury is just, it's such a weird thing.
Oh, it's horrendous.
It's so hard to explain.
Like, is yours?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same.
I mean,
like my right arm right now is like it feels like it's going to explode.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
the moment I
sensation I
start
get.
talking about nerve pain, it gets worse.
That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Because suddenly I'm back in awareness of it. Because it's even with medication, I take pregabalin all the time.
Oh, do you? Okay.
But I stopped taking tramadol when I was in the hospital. But
what did it make you drowsy?
Because I'm not hardcore like you. I just knew I couldn't think straight on it.
No,
and
I know.
felt like when I was in hospital, it was a time where I really needed to focus.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I was like, I wanted to get off them.
I was like, give me whatever you got.
Well, and I think maybe I tried to do it wrong.
I don't know. I think you might have done it right.
I
actually.
don't know. I mean, I never know.
I wish I was more aware of the effects of that stuff earlier. But I kept speaking to people, and they were like, you're on such a low dosage, you're fine. I'm like, yeah, but that dosage every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big hit, tramadol, I think. It's like it's a good beer in the morning.
Yeah. Whenever,
I mean, not that it feels like that, but it's
But that's where I kind of got to. It was like I feel all the negatives of it I could feel, and I could still feel the nerve pain. So I'm like,
did you ever feel like you were getting hooked on them?
I wasn't aware of it. I thought I had it under control. But obviously, when I came off them, you realise like,
impressive you could get off it because it's
it's tough.
It's messy stuff.
Let's say like it was a good 3-month stint of some weird times.
Yeah, but dealing with the nerve pain is just so difficult.
It's I have these conversations all the time with quite a lot of people. Steve at Can't Quit.
Yeah,
like he struggles with
he
it.
Really struggles
Chris
with it,
as well, and like it's very. I don't know. Like it's good, but like we can relate, right?
It's so hard to explain to people. Because if I try and explain my nerve pain, it's like when it's bad, it's like everything has been frozen in concrete, and it's under that sort of pressure. That it's like in a big. It's like I'm in a big box of concrete.
That's a really good way of explaining it. Yeah, that's how it is.
It's like, oh my god, it's such an awful thing.
Because like,
and as we're talking about it,
it's worse.
Doing it. And I'm like,
same.
oh god,
I can feel my hand, and I'm like, that's exactly what it feels like.
But it's a really weird thing, and it's just like one of the massive.
Do you ever think about like if it just stopped? I don't know if I'd lose my head because I'm so used to it being there. If it just,
I don't know.
I've never. Does yours ever go to like 0?
No, unfortunately not. No, I'm never really comfortable.
How about when you're riding? I bet you, because your mind's somewhere else. I find when I ride.
Usually when I'm riding, this sounds so negative, but usually when I'm riding, something else is so uncomfortable that I don't notice that.
See, now when I ride, it does hurt a lot because I'm like hypersensitive in areas.
Yeah.
But the buzz of, like when I'm in that flow.
Oh my God, that's the thing that hurt most when I first had my accident, actually. You're right. Hypersensitivity.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my God, I couldn't have a sheet on my chest for like 2 weeks after my accident. I was like, I couldn't bear a sheet laying on me. It was just like, oh my God, get that off me.
If someone like comes up to me, like I sort of in the kitchen and like puts their arm around me.
Yeah.
Like, it was, about a classic like squeeze, like, I'm like, oh, you don't realise what you're doing.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's a mad one, isn't it? The nerve pain is like, I have just kind of thought of like, I either get function on my arm back, but the nerve pain remains.
Yeah.
Or get rid of nerve pain.
Oh, that's a tricky one.
Yeah. And I'm like, I think my quality of life would be better if the nerve pain was gone and I still had a paralysed arm. It's a hard one.
It's a really weird one. It's really. What someone said to me once, it was like, well, if they could put it all back together and they could wire it all back up, would you do it? And I was like, well, not until I'd seen a lot of people have a really good result, because they could wire it back up and all sorts of things
weird stuff start up.
Because you don't realise what your spinal cord's doing.
Yeah.
And it's doing a lot. And there's lots of people with injuries who've got, there's sort of 4 things going on through your spinal cord, sort of to simplify it. And that's like, almost the spatial awareness of your limbs. Yeah. The pain. And
imagine
the
that.
And then the feeling.
Yeah, full function.
You can get 2 back. Yeah. And some people have got an injury, it means they've got 2 but haven't got the other 2. It's like what you can walk, but you can't feel.
Yeah, I know. I met a guy who this is wild. He did the nerves where it didn't work between the shoulder and the hand, but his hand worked.
What?
So he would like have to like, yep.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's insane.
How mad is that?
So he was like it off of.
Yeah, but he was so good with like you learn to ways right, and like amazing.
It sounds quite creepy.
It is a little bit, so there's a
it's
guy.
Like crawly hair.
yeah, literally, yeah. And I was like,
I don't really like spiders much.
No, yeah, that'd be
like,
no good for you.
Hi, Martyn. Nice to meet you. I'd be like, oh, that's weird how you do that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Well, I kind of did that when we came in today.
Yeah.
You were holding a door, and I went to go to fist bump.
Yeah,
and you
waiting a while, weren't you?
Yeah, how's that going to work?
Yeah.
Dingbat.
But that was after I said, we've been waiting a while. Like.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
Hey, who do you think's got the worst injury, you or me?
Oh, definitely you.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's rude.
No offense.
Do you really?
I do, yeah.
I don't know.
Do you reckon?
I think your injury's very hard. I think you handle it really, really well.
Yeah, true.
I think it's a very, very... It's... One thing's quite weird about your injury is I think if I had it, I just imagine it would be very visible.
I reckon.
But weirdly, you sort of handle it in a way that it's not that visible.
This is weird.
Because you're quite casual with it.
Yeah,
and you're so casual. You could easily spend a day with you and not necessarily.
Do you know what? There was a new starter here.
Yeah.
And I think she was here for like close to a year.
Yeah.
She didn't even know.
Yeah, I can really imagine that.
Yeah, I do carry it pretty well, I guess.
Whereas because you're quite good at, especially if you've got the right clothes on, you stuff it in a pocket.
Yeah.
And
like I fold my arms and stuff.
Yeah, you're quite good at that. I've noticed that before.
Yeah,
but
the arm, weirdly, my arm stayed quite chunky.
Yeah.
So if a lot of people with full paralysis of the arm, it goes really skinny.
Yeah. That probably causes quite a lot of complications in
yeah.
itself, doesn't it?
So like when I'm like, we fit arm braces and stuff like that, you're like, and we always base it off me because I'm like, version 1 or whatever.
Yeah, and they're like, he's just got such a massive pec.
No, but
so you can't get anything to fit, Tom. His pec's too big.
Dom, who I rided that with, my paralysed bicep is bigger than his. That's
really embarrassing.
That is a lot of it, isn't it?
That's really bad. Yeah.
He does go up hills very fast though, compared to me.
Yeah, he's a whippet, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bit of a whippet, yeah. And
I think your injury's a lot worse than you give it sort of.
I think you are right, actually. But I also feel that like my day-to-day is probably a little bit simpler than yours, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I mean, the thing is with an injury like mine is that there's no getting around that the wheelchair is actually an incredibly good way of getting around.
So once you get into
it does really work. It's really hard to improve on a wheelchair. You can create all the robot legs you want. It will really struggle to compete with how versatile a wheelchair is. So I feel like a lot of the mobility things are, people account for wheelchairs. You can get into lots of places. Obviously, not all the places.
It's a really good point, actually.
It's really good. But I've often been quite like.
Yeah, so it is awkward for me, actually.
Awkward's a good word.
Yeah, so awkward. People often don't realise I've got a disability.
Yeah.
So like if I'm shopping and stuff like that, especially if like I've got no I occasionally wear a sling.
Yeah.
And you don't get it.
I don't think I've ever seen you in a sling. Don't think so.
I don't think I bought one. I could have showed you. No.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine it.
Yeah. No, like I don't.
A little bit like this, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Like that.
Yeah, a bit like that.
Yeah. No, it's.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
No, sling. I wear. Again, a sling creates conversation sometimes, which I don't necessarily always want to have.
No.
Especially at events and stuff, and I probably should wear one a lot more often, but like I've just had one on when
like one with like a bit of writing on it. Like, when someone's got a dog they need for like...
Well...
Like, you'd have like...
go with this?
Have like a sling that's like bright yellow.
What?
Like as a warning. Like when you see a dog that's like for someone who's deaf and it's got like a little bit on it. So I'm a deaf person's dog.
Yeah.
You need one of them.
Reckon? Well, joking.
It's a product.
Yeah,
you could sell
joking.
that
That's
product.
where, like, I did the whole not broken thing for a while.
Yeah.
That's where that came from.
Mate, I'm glad you brought that up because I love that.
Yeah.
I love not broken.
It's still.
It's not enough though. Where is it? What's it doing?
I do a lot of stuff, don't I? That's
On my phone,
problem.
you're Tom Not Broken.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people call me Tom Not Broken.
Because you're Tom Not Broken, it's so defiant.
Yeah.
Tom Not Broken. I love it.
Yeah, that's my Instagram handle. And
let's do some Not Broken merch.
Yeah, let's do it
on Rideable.
Yeah, okay.
You can get it back up and running.
Yeah, we did a bit of merch back in the day, and
that's why
cool.
I like Can't Quit as well.
Yeah,
second
that. That's why me and him get on so well.
It's just like not having it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it was good, and that all came from me wearing a sling.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, what have you done? What have you broken?" Yeah. And I would,
it's like,
it's not broken. Yeah.
It's not broken. Yeah, get it.
This is it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it even more now.
Yeah.
Well, that's so good.
So we were going to do a run of slings.
Yeah.
Not broken slings.
See, my idea was good, wasn't it? I was on point.
Yeah, you were.
It was just I went with the predictable bright yellow.
Yeah, you went a bit too hard on the discipline.
And I was like, it's a hazard. That's what I want to say, like hazard warnings.
Watch out.
Watch out. One of these arms don't work, but I punch with the other one,
Yeah, it is a tough injury. It is a tough one. But it could be worse.
It could be worse.
I once said that.
You could have tried to go for a really small gap and done both.
Done both at the same time.
Oh, someone's done that, haven't they?
Yeah.
I bet someone's done that.
We're laughing and someone's probably in a really bad place right now.
Sometimes all you can do is laugh, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, you either laugh or you cry, right? So.
I've done both.
Yeah,
I've done both. The laughing definitely helped.
Yeah.
I only had a big old cry once. It was when I first come home, and I'd been pretty motivated when I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital for about 5 months. And I come out, I was in there a while.
That's a big one, man.
And I come out, and then being at home, it all hit me a bit, because it's much harder at home than the hospital. Hospitals are designed for wheelchairs. Yeah. And I was like, I can get around.
You've got the people around you support it.
I'm doing good. And then I got home, and there was a lot of learning to do. And we just took the dog around the block.
Yeah.
It was my first little dog walk, or dog roll.
Yeah.
And just realising what wheelchairs and curbs mean, like cambers, and what that means to how uncomfortable it is to move around. Because level ground a wheelchair is cool, but as soon as you get it on a camber, you're using just one arm to keep you straight, and then that arm starts to hurt, and then you're dreading the next camber, and and I just come home and I just sobbed for about 10 minutes. I just sobbing like, oh my God, this can't be my life.
I remember hearing about yours.
Yeah.
Because we'd done some filming before that, hadn't we? With the trail divers.
Yeah, trail divers.
With Blake. And I remember messaging Blake, just not being intrusive, but is it as bad as what I think it is? And it was just man, it's not good.
Oh, it was awful.
And that was a gnarly time, man.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's weird. I can quite easily, with Adolf Silver's most recent person, obviously we've all seen that unfold.
Yeah.
And it just looks I'm so sad by it, like everyone would be. Yeah. But don't realise that's exactly what's happened to me.
Yeah, I know.
But I sort of the sadness for me's gone.
Yeah.
Because great things start to happen in your life again. They're just not the things that you ever planned.
You go on a different, slightly different
route.
Then
the sort of reality of life can still be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Adolf Silver's already making life look great. He's doing an incredible job.
That was. I actually turned that off multiple times watching that.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is scary.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen the actual crash.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it because he crashed the day before doing just a practice, didn't he? I think I've just seen that.
I was watching it live, and I
don't really want to see it. I don't like watching stuff when you know it's gone wrong.
Nah,
it's a bit like watching a beheading or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you're watching the death of something.
Yeah, it's horrific. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, it's dark.
It's dark.
You see, that's the thing, isn't it? Is you can go as dark as you want with it because you're, like it or not, your situation's awful.
Yeah.
But that's no way to live.
Yeah.
You've just got to go, it is awful.
Yeah.
But guess what? Tomorrow's coming.
Yeah.
Here we go. What am I going to do? You know, and the awful has to get out of the way.
Yeah, it does.
A little bit.
Yeah. There's so much to still do. And like, I feel like, I don't know about you, but like, I kind of love it as well now. Like, you know, like,
I know what you mean.
You learn to like overcome and adapt. Trust it sucks.
Yeah.
Like my arm hurting 24/7 sucks. And having a floppy arm sucks. It does. But I still like, you know, I still get to work. I still get to be around cool people. You meet really cool people. You still do really cool things. Once not, you know, it's pretty.
I know what you mean. I've definitely had moments when I'm very positive, hyped about something, and I'm like, God, I'm so blessed with this life I've got. And I don't even get to despite. It's just like, God, I'm so lucky. And then other times I've been sort of down, and I'm just like, I feel a bit insulted by that version of myself. It just sort of feels a bit like, really?
Yeah.
You're daydreaming. Like, this is reality. And I think it just depends a lot of time, what sort of mood I'm in.
Yeah.
But I'm generally, but you know what being in the bike industry is like. I'm someone with a spinal cord injury in the bike industry who's got just so much support.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm not having the same experience as most people, hence Rideable Now.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of where it starts for
Yeah.
me, is that I'd love to try and build something that could give people with a disability who want to ride something of the support experience I had that was just, you know, I couldn't even, I just got so looked after.
I can totally relate to you. Like, that is exactly what Not Broken was.
Yeah,
that's what Ride Adapt is. It's a lot more than just a product for me. It's like, it's having those conversations. They may never ever get to the point of a product, but just like, you know, I often get, and I'm sure you do as well, like people see you out doing like riding again, and they're like, I didn't know this was a thing. Like, I've been living with this for like 6 years, and just seeing you ride again is just giving me a bit of hope. And you're like, well, there you go. That alone is worth.
Well, let's talk about this Ride Adapt stuff.
Yeah,
because we've got some on the table.
We do have some on the table.
So you were saying that you built something with Chris.
Yeah. So Chris was like, I dreamt it up. So weirdly, for my final project in uni, I studied wearable technology and wrote my paper. On like wearable tech. So I'd done a bunch of research on exoskeletons, all this stuff.
Perfect. Yeah.
So when I'm led in hospital, I'm like, I'm done with it. I'm like, well, we
know what to do here.
Yeah, we just build an exoskeleton.
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like yet. And then I fed the idea to Chris, and he like straight away he was like, it's just it's literally just a knee brace, but for your arm, and we'll put a damper on it, and you're good to go. And in the early days, we thought my hand would come back.
Right.
We thought the nerves were damaged rather than pulled out. We thought over time, get my hand back.
Right.
So we didn't build any interface. So before you know it, I've got arm brace, damper on it. I'm ready to rock. Like, so we literally velcroed my hand to the bar. Yeah. And it worked. Like, I remember that first ride, and I was like, it's not the same, but
it works.
It's pretty close.
Yeah,
like, this is sick. Like, I remember at the time, like, I think it was early days of Strava. Yeah. And I did set like a top 5 time on the last descent at Cumcan or something. And I remember a few people like, everything good then? You're back? Yeah. And I was like, not really, but whatever. I don't know if the date was correct. But it went from being like, I was riding one-handed in a sling. Yeah. That's mental. Like, I know a few guys do that.
I mean, I follow a few guys who ride one-handed.
Yeah, like Tommy Wilkinson. And
there's one guy who makes it look like he's just doing lazy tables all day.
Oh, yeah. That's Bannister, probably.
It's
Thomas
unbelievable.
Bannister. He's unbelievable.
It looks like...
He's so chilled with it.
You realise about a minute in, he's like, hang on a minute, he ain't got an arm.
Yeah, he's not holding on. It's amazing. And that's it. I was like inspired by that. So I was like, dude.
Have you seen the guy in the US who's got no bar on that side?
Yeah.
And it looks really
so
sketchy.
good.
But it's like there's no bar
Nothing
there at all.
there, yeah. Everyone,
so
I remember
weird.
chatting with,
Love that.
who is it, Robin Weaver, of all people. He's like super supportive, knowing him from racing, all this back. And he was like, "You're going to chop your bar off?" And I was like, "Nah, man, that's weird." And,
it does look really, it's hard not to notice when there's just no bar there.
Yeah.
Someone said to me the other day, you should get a lefty. And
what to you? Or...
Yeah, someone said to me about that guy should have.
That's where whenever we do videos of pink bike comments, they're like, "So you're telling me he's only got use of his left arm? That guy needs to do a lefty video." And I actually now work for Cannondale to some extent. So, well, my trackpad out there, they thought it was funny. I've got a lefty sticker. On my track.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah.
So it's funny. I've lost track of what we're talking about now.
We were talking about these.
Talking about arm braces.
Would this thing go on my arm? Can I get it on?
Potentially, yeah.
I'm going to try it on.
Pop the sleeve out.
Pop that out, and then.
Okay.
No, I think it's going to go.
Yeah, you got it. That's it.
Is that how you? Oh, yeah. Good.
Yeah, like that.
Like that.
But obviously, it's made for people who have got.
Who's this guy, mate? Oh, yeah, I suppose.
We've got no muscle mass.
Yeah, it won't go on. That's a shame because
it's pretty cool.
It's really. It's actually.
So it's really cool. So we've been working on this. So this new lineup. Well, so hopefully it works. Probably won't work. But it like pops in. I think we bolted this one in. Yeah, probably won't be able to. So the idea is that you have like an outer shell in like small, medium, and large. And then we 3D scan the person's arm.
So that bit pops out, and that can be different thicknesses.
So this is like a TPU, like flexi.
See. Yeah.
And then you make different versions.
And
of that.
Is that in a bit 3D printed as well? Because you got on the 3D print thing.
Soon, so that was it. I was like, the original brace was amazing, but I was Velcroing my hand to the bar.
Yeah.
Not so amazing. Lots of blood involved with that.
Yeah.
You know, when you can't feel your hand and it's just friction and stuff.
Oh, no.
Not fun.
That's bad.
So yeah, pretty much straight away I was like, right, we've got to sort this out. And then I was still going back and forth hospital loads. So they were giving me like night resting splints to hold my hand in shape.
Yeah.
So and I was like, I'm just going to wrap one of them around a lock-on grip.
Yeah.
So I literally rocked up the hospital with a lock-on grip.
No
Mandy it was in Swansea.
Yeah.
Great. It's brilliant. She'd love it. You imagine.
Yeah.
She just makes that, and cracked on, and it worked wicked. We set an angle on it, so it got the riding position, and it's like.
And that's so your hand was a bit more sort of just like.
Yeah, it was safe. Like I can't feel my hand.
Yeah.
It meant that it was like less chance of it snapping. A secure way of my hand being mounted on the bar.
Yeah.
And it would rotate around the lock-on grip.
Yeah.
But there's no way of getting away from it. So if I went down. I was going down with a ship, and I had some pretty big ones. And the other one was there was no stop built into it. So if I did go forward, you know, like you can hold yourself. No, I'm going.
And I bet if you come off, like your arm's sort of like in ragdoll mode from start to finish, isn't it?
It's not good.
You could rip your bloody shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know how I haven't, to be honest. Like I've been down banks, stuck to my bike. Like
that is terrible.
Which then led me on to I got to work out a better solution.
Yeah.
So just on this mad quest to work out a release mechanism.
Yeah.
I was like, well, how am I going to do that? It's complex. Like, I don't have loads of money to put into developing this stuff. And then 3D printing started to appear, desktop 3D printing.
Yeah.
And like my brother Reese, he was like, I'll go halves.
Yeah.
It's always been like that.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Let's go halves. So it's just like, he loves all that stuff. Like, I'll go halves.
Yeah.
And we got a 3D printer, and literally just like that, it's like all of a sudden I'm like coming up with ideas, concepts. I never forget when I actually worked out how to make the clipping in system. Like I could just visualize it. I went downstairs, I drew it up, and I printed it. And I just remember sending Reese a video like, this is it. And it was like click-clunk. And he was like, you've worked it out. I'm like, yeah.
That is
and
so
that's
crazy.
what we're still kind of. This is it. This is literally the system which I dreamt up. A lot fancier now, but it's literally like a prong system, and that's it.
So that bit goes on the bars.
So this goes on the handlebar.
Yeah.
This is what I call a hand tray.
Yeah.
That's
so
what
let's get a bit. That's on the bar like.
Yeah. This is what I attach to, and then if you push down on that, because I can't.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's it. And then in an event of an accident, this is on the other side.
Yeah.
I wear a wrist
Yeah.
strap, which is connected to carabiner.
Yeah.
And then when I go down,
Yeah.
that comes off.
Oh my God, that is fucking awesome. Sorry, that's really, really brilliant. That is so
And
good.
that's it. It's super simple. And then, yeah, you have to reset the system. And,
I see.
yeah. So it's
But
just
that
like
means you can just fall off like any of us.
Yeah, you got
Isn't
it.
that funny? You had to devise.
I had
Oh,
to-
that's so hilarious.
Yeah, I had to
You
work
had
out.
to design all of this so you could just crash and potentially get another injury,
Yeah.
just like everybody else.
Less of an injury, should we say. I never forget,
Well, it depends where you're falling.
I was in the queue.
You could easily snap off
Yeah,
a here
true.
totally in
Yeah,
safety, hit another tree and
Yeah.
rip your head off.
True. Let's not think of it like
What
that.
killed
though.
him? Well, there's this guy called Tom
How do
Wheat.
you, how do you think? I mean, mate, at times I've had some pretty big ones since losing use of my
So
arm.
good.
And then I've gone into hospital and I'm like pretty bashed up.
Yeah.
And they're like, how long's the arm been like that?
Oh,
like,
my God.
no, that was an old one. Yeah, so how have you done these injuries?
Oh, like I did that one.
Riding a bike.
Yeah.
They're just like, it's so funny.
Yeah, I did that when I was. I did a random tandem video with Blake in
Yeah.
Scotland,
Yeah.
and we went over these whoops, and my foot went in the front wheel, and broke my foot.
Yeah.
And we didn't even realise why the bike had stopped, because he was like, "What'd you brake for?" And I was like, "I didn't brake." And he literally
Doing like
he
one-
told me my foot was in the wheel.
Doing a foot jam.
Yeah, basically
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
a 30-mile-an-hour foot jam. And I went into the hospital and like at Fort William and was like, "Oh, I think I've bust my foot or I need an X-ray or whatever." She's like, "How'd you do it?" And I was like, "Riding a bike." And she was looking at me in my wheelchair.
Yeah,
and
okay,
she was
nice
like,
one.
"You're not very good, are you?"
That's what I get.
I was like,
No,
"No, I guess
no,
I'm not
you're right.
really, yeah.
Maybe I should.
You might
maybe,
have a point."
Yeah, maybe
I
I should
could
lay
be
off my
shit at this.
bikes.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
it's,
I remember thinking I had a pretty early on when I come out, I had a Triumph motorcycle with electronic legs that Pete Tompkins made.
I
me.
remember that.
And it was amazing. And I almost wanted to crash
Yeah.
so that someone had to pick me up at some like traffic lights or something, and I'd be like, I'm paralysed, and they'd be like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "No,
No, I've always.
I was already paralysed," and they'd just be like, "What?"
Stay off the bikes, yeah.
So funny.
Oh, it's fun though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
Bikes are fun. That is.
They are the best, man.
Like,
Aren't they the
they
best?
can cause some trouble,
Yeah.
but they're also a lot of fun.
Well, you can't take the danger out of it.
Nah.
That's just part and parcel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of all bikes, not just mountain biking. You know, I've seen people who've had just unbelievably bad accidents and results on road bikes.
I got told about somebody when I was going back to the hospital who had the exact same injury as me, fell out of bed.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
Yeah,
so you were
what
telling
sort
me
of
I
world
could
is
fall
that?
out of
Yeah.
bed and have the same, I went flying into a
Yeah.
post.
Yeah.
It just, you never know what's around the corner, do you? So
I mean, I similar kind of vein of thought, actually. There was a young kid in the hospital when I had my spinal cord injury, and he had an injury, but much higher than mine, much worse. Higher than worse, it is, basically.
Yeah.
And he'd done it having a play fight with his girlfriend.
No.
And he'd sort of just fallen back over the sofa. They were
Could you
having a
imagine
bundle,
that?
and he
Oh.
broke his neck. It was mad. And you're like, oh, that's just
When
not right,
you-
is it?
I don't know about you, but when you think about like the amount of riding you were doing before your accident, the amount of riding I was doing, actually, like, the odds are pretty against you, aren't they?
Yeah.
Think about it. Like,
Well, I mean, any rider who's ridden for any amount of time, no matter the level,
yeah.
you rack up some crashes,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
you? You really do.
Honestly, there's ones I think about. I'm like, that should have been way worse than what this is. And yeah, I guess that's just part of it.
I think something I sort of had a good vibe off from my crash straight away is that my first thought when I crashed was like, Jesus, I nearly killed myself.
Yeah.
I like knew because of the way I'd fallen.
Yeah.
And I had that thought before I even thought much about what I had done. I just knew if I'd gone a little bit further, all of the fold in my body would have happened at my neck. I just knew straight away, I landed in just the right spot.
I was super similar
Yeah.
because when I saw the video footage,
Yeah.
I was like, if I'd gone in
just
I got my head
brain injury
deflected,
or- yeah.
and then when you think, wow.
Yeah.
And I was exactly the same as you. I was really
So I
grateful.
felt kind of grateful for quite a while.
That's what it was like.
Yeah.
It's a weird place to be, though, isn't it? You're like coming to terms with a life-changing injury, but also feeling quite lucky. Back to that thing again. Luck.
Yeah, luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, luck's a weird one.
Yeah,
it
it's a
really
weird
is. So how many people with Ride Adapt, how many people are out there now using these devices?
Over the years, we've kind of supplied a few out there. It's not a huge amount, but we have got quite, globally, there are people out there running our devices.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're yet to really, how to explain it, kind of, we're still working on, the final one, should we say. Everything up until now has been very much a prototype.
I guess everyone you're putting in one is something of a prototype,
honestly,
right?
I really want to try, but I feel where we're near that point where it is a final product, and we'll be able to not mass produce, but produce at a much higher quantity.
Let's sort of standardise it.
Everything's in the 1s and 2s at the moment. The interesting thing is the release system is almost more popular than the arm brace,
right?
Because of how many more people can use it. So people with limb difference, and that's another big thing. I just didn't think about that.
That's
side
really
of it.
interesting. So there's more. So there's some people just using that.
Absolutely, yeah. We have quite a few customers just using that.
Oh, that's amazing.
And we're just developing a version of that release system for people who use prosthetics. So a stump, and then it'll be a connection to work with that.
Amazing.
So we got a local guy testing that. It's wicked. And that's what I love about it. Is it's a lot of people come to us and we're like, I love what you do. My injury's a bit different. Yeah. And then you just kind of adapt it to broken.
That's all right. That was about God knows how much worth. I just dropped on the floor.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Because it is a beautifully made thing, actually.
Yeah.
It's a really nice thing, which always helps, doesn't it?
Yeah. And up until now, we just work with the technology we've had access to, and
that's really fantastic.
So it's a mixture of 3D printing, but on commercial multi-jet fusion machines, so the finish and the resolution is really high.
Because this bit's solid as.
Yeah.
I mean, interestingly, we just at Rideable Now, we've just launched the application for people to get grants from Rideable Now, and I won't go into details, but someone who's applying is hoping to work with yourself. And,
really excited about it.
Is looking for funding to help make, because these things are, because of the quantities that are made with anything in disability, they're always going to be expensive.
Honestly,
and I'm not someone who kind of I don't think the price of the things is the problem, because the quantity is always going to be an issue. So, that's just how it is. But you need the brands who are making these things, people like yourself. Yeah. You've got to be able to make a business of it. Else it won't exist.
Yeah, when it all started, it was just me and Dom, mates, basically, just friends, just creating stuff. And at that point, you're like, it was just self-funded. It still is, to be honest. It doesn't necessarily make any money. No. But when you do start to sell a product, it's got to be at a level, and you've got insurance, and you've got, it gets classed as a medical device, and this and that, and all these things pop up, and you're like, just covering that is one thing to get to the point.
Well, it's the sort of thing that really needs a lot of funding, isn't it?
It's so hard, and we're in the early stages of actually working with a clinic. Actually, there's a company we're talking with at the moment who are really interested in what we're doing, and again, they've got people who want this product. There's a demand. And we're so close. We're 80% done. And, we've got a few products out there, but to go scale it up and to be able to supply globally instead, just sending stuff around. It's so hard now. It's so hard.
It's not getting any easier.
No, it's really not. So we've definitely got some amazing products. It's just working out that next stage. But I'm confident this year we'll see it get there.
That's so brilliant.
And I'm riding bikes and being able to do what I do with that arm brace. I just want as many people out there in my position to get to enjoy that again.
Have you any idea how many people have got the sort of similar type of injury, or could be someone who's using this stuff?
I don't. If
it's
I'm
hard
honest.
to put numbers
but the
on,
number like is quite small. But to my knowledge, there's no one makes this kind of thing, so the demand is still there, you know. So
it's 100% demand.
Give or take. Well, no, there's other things out there, but nothing like. Well, Matty will tell you, like, we've been riding. It's pretty like. There's times when I'm like, I'm not sure how I'm capable of doing what I'm doing, but I've just kept chipping away at it and just making these little changes, and before you know it, like, I do honestly feel like I wouldn't just say I'm like an average rider anymore. I feel like I can ride it.
Oh, I can clip along. I've seen them.
I probably shouldn't, but like when it starts to all click.
We actually haven't ridden together. We should do a vid. We should go and do.
We have ridden together.
When was that?
When you were at Bike Park Wales when we were testing.
Oh,
but it wasn't really a ride together. It was more like, oh no, is Martyn gonna clip?
Yeah, I probably was.
And you did tip it over, and I think I was one of the first people to get to you. And I'm like, I haven't really thought.
Pick you up.
Yeah, I haven't really thought this.
I think I actually remember that. Yeah,
and Gareth was there, and he was like,
Yeah, that was on the very first bike that we bought.
I think it might have been. I think Robin Kitchen was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were all just a bit. Hey, boy, about it. We were like,
how's this going to go?
And I remember being all Mr. Serious after that, like, right, we can't be doing it like we did.
Yeah.
There has to be at least 2 people behind.
Yeah, we took a couple of risks early on, but thankfully other people solved my riding issue, and we don't have to rely on the bucket bike version of riding.
Yeah, that was cooler, wasn't it, when we got that first one built? You're going over there.
I love it. I mean, there's nothing like riding the bucket bike. It's amazing. I'd recommend everyone ever go on one. But there's no independence in it.
No.
And that's the Bowhead's an incredible riding experience, and you've got incredible independence. So
I still can't believe you did Fort William, mate.
Well, yeah. I didn't do it quickly.
Yeah, I don't care.
I didn't do it quickly.
That send into the bottom.
Yeah. The thing is, though, because I've got quite. Maybe I didn't have that many trial skills, but. I could pick my way down a lot of things quite slow.
So I was so cool, that man.
That was fun.
And you did Whistler and all that, didn't you?
I've ridden Whistler a few times on different types of bikes. So I've ridden Whistler on a bucket bike, on the random tandem, and the Bowhead.
I've never been to Whistler, mate.
Have you not? Let's go. Let's go.
That would be a sick video.
Matt, we've got to go to Whistler again.
Game on.
Nightmare. Oh, I love it there. It's so good. It is so good.
Is it? Yeah.
Where is your favourite place to ride with the brace on it?
So I'm like I call myself a Risker rat. Risker's the local for me. Just because it's the local, I love it. But yeah, like Morzine, the Alps, the Plane and stuff like that.
I see. I haven't ridden Morzine.
Have you not? Oh, no. Dude, there you go.
Let's
do
go.
That. Yeah. Game on. Oh, I love it. Yeah. I once somehow convinced my wife to go, and then I was like,
does your wife ride?
No.
So she's just in Morzine.
She's just like, I paid for us to go on a holiday.
Good fun. Good luck at the cafe. I'm going out on my bike.
It'd be good if I get my parents to go as well, and then maybe they could drive, and I'll pay for them just to go ride my bike. And I did. I was just blasted around the Alps. That was when I kind of just worked out with the release system.
Yeah.
So I was just
wanted to ride as much as you could. Yeah.
Loved it. Yeah, and it was at that point where I had the trust in the devices we'd been working on, but I could start to like really kind of progress what I was doing. And like, that was the first time I started like doing doubles again and gaps, and it was just so good. Like, I remember that and the buzz of it, and it was just like,
man, doing a double like clicked. It's pretty scary actually. Yeah. Thinking about just being your hand clipped on.
Yeah.
And then jumping.
I was in the queue for the gondola, and then some guy caught on to got this pretty wild contraption armbrake. Yeah. And he got chatting. He was like, "So you're telling me you're attached to your bike in 3 places?" I was like, "Well, actually, it's 4 because this is attached as well." And you could just see him just like,
"Oh my god!"
So you're clipped in, your hands clipped. It's like, respect, man.
It's a lot of clipping.
Yeah, there's a trick though.
It's a lot of clipping.
I was able to do like 4 runs of like a lot of people know Le Plane.
Yeah.
And like I was doing 5-minute full runs of it. Not particularly fast, but I was doing it. So.
And what are you riding? What's your bike?
I'm currently on a Merida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I think it's called the E160. John at Merida's just looked after me.
Yeah.
Like from being an adaptive rider.
So what motor is that?
That's a Shimano EP8.
Yeah.
Moto, yeah, e-bike. I'm full e-bike. Convert. Yeah. That's what.
Well, I mean, it's got to be massively helpful to you.
I still like enjoy riding.
Yeah.
I hate saying normal bike, but like conventional. Like I love it, but I did find that the extra weight in the down low just stabilized things for me. And then climbing, man, like climbing is so hard. Yeah. Because like the arm brace is designed to go down. Yeah. So I physically have to pull myself in when I'm doing climbs. Yeah, yeah. That was tough.
But that's good because that'll build up the other pec.
Yeah, for sure.
And we could try and get some sort of balance.
What? Because this one will be built up now. Yeah.
We know that's going to be massive now. That's a given, right? But we need to build up the normal one now.
Yeah.
Else you're going to look like a freak. It's got this
more
massive. Be a freak.
Oh, thanks, Martyn.
That's all right.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, I mean it in the best possible way. You'll be one of the best freaks.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I don't know what we were chatting about. You just got off.
I'm quite interested in your bike because I really like. I like thinking about how important the e-bike, the normal e-bike, is as an adaptive bike.
Oh, dude, it's like it is a game changer. Having your own personal kind of uplift. Yeah. And that's it. Like where I live, it's straight up, straight down.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a dad now as well, so I've got a young one. So I'm a Sunday morning rider. That's kind of my thing now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's like, and that's
I like a casual ride. Yeah, I love it.
And it's a great bike. It's like a midweight e-bike.
Right. Okay.
It's not full fat. You call them full fats. It's not one of them.
Yeah.
But like you can do like two and a bit hours on it. And
yeah.
It's just, I love it. Like.
I just had Chris Sackrig was down the other day, and he had his new. He's got a white e-bike, but it's like light but full power.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bosch motor, it's sick.
Some
of them are nuts.
I got to try. What was it? It was lockdown when I first went to the dark, like you say, and I was like, I'll try it. I had an opportunity to try one. And that was it. It was just like done. And back then they weren't particularly powerful, but already I could be like, you could see, okay. And then they're just progressing at such a rate now. Like that EP8 motor is ace, and the batteries are getting smaller. Yeah. At a glance, you wouldn't even know it's an e-bike.
Oh yeah, I mean that moment's kind of gone now. If you see one that really shows it, you're like, oh my god, they need to catch up.
Yeah.
It's like,
and
it's inexcusable.
I do. I love it. The assistance and that overdrive now as well for me, because that is the one thing. Like it's difficult. Like if I'm on a flat bit pedaling stood up, it is quite awkward. Like holding my position. Like when I'm actually going down, it's fine. You can just I can guide it and whatnot. But actually standing up pedaling is pretty difficult.
And how are you doing the braking? So you've got both levers on one side, but it's not the Hope system though, is it?
No, so I got a really small hand.
Yeah.
And I went to a bike show actually.
That's kind of a cruel twist of fate.
I know, isn't it? And I've
got one hand that uses and they've given me a slightly smaller one.
Pretty strong though.
It's strong. Well, that's all that's important.
Yeah.
I bet it does some work.
It does.
It does. It's doing double time.
But I went to a bike show and I've always used Hope brakes. I think they're great. UK brand, cool lads, love it. And they had the system and the guy who actually designed it reached out to me. Yeah. And we were chatting. And I was like, that's amazing. I think he did like.
Was that Owen, was it?
I can't
remember. I'm not sure.
I can't remember what his name was, but he did work. I think it was a work placement. And he designed it whilst he was there. And they were like, that's actually really cool. We'll build that.
It's such a brilliant system.
It's wicked. And
so why haven't you got it on?
So the way the lever's set, I just couldn't. I just didn't like it.
It just didn't suit you.
Just didn't like it. And I am a bit fussy with all this stuff.
Not one of them.
Yeah. So and I'd already kind of come up with my own bracket.
Yeah.
So I was already running like a mix of brakes. So I'd actually really liked the Shimano levers for the back.
Yeah.
As that, and then I would run like a flatter lever below. I was actually running a Hope Mini front brake. That's the weird thing about it.
No way.
But I had more adjustment. I like being able to like really fine tune it. So that's another product we make is that. And it also means that people who have like Magura brakes and stuff like this, we call it the bar adapt.
Yeah.
If you've got a bike already and you don't like, the Hope thing, it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
You know, you could buy Magura brakes and they'll bracket, and it's way more cost effective to do it. So we just overlay them. It is basically the same thing. But I'm actually currently running the Trick Stuff brakes, and they are.
Get you?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
one perk of being here because we
Trick Stuff.
Oh man,
brakes.
They are unbelievable. They are. Like I had to reprogram how hard I pulled the levers. Yeah. Because you don't have to.
Well, the thing, I've got the new, sorry to go on about Hope, they're my friends. I've got their new brakes on, they Evo 4 brakes, and oh my God.
They're insane, aren't they? Yeah, I have
when
got
you've
my
got a
eyes
brake on that works like that, it's sort of, you almost have to,
you do
rethink it.
Yeah, because they've
I don't really need to touch it like I was before.
Yeah, they've cottoned on to make my levers a bit longer, and the way it does what it does, and it's
so
like
nice.
Yeah, it is. Those new Hope brakes.
I tell you, on a bowhead, when you've got like double front wheels, 3 brakes, and you want to stop, man, and the anchorage into the ground is harsh.
Yeah, I bet.
It can be so scary.
That's wild. I never even thought of that.
Yeah,
like
they actually changed the calipers for me on the front because I had the full setup downhill brakes all the way around. And on the front end, it was just too much. And they had to put they put the cross country calipers on. Yeah. So it's got less power, but combined, it's sort of you can kind of control it. Because I was like, there's a bit of brake jack on those bowheads, like the one I'm on, and it was just so violent because the brake's so harsh. And I was like, I need to chill it out a bit.
Before Hope did make that system, I did try a Hope system. So Hope were really early adopters to getting disc brakes on like cyclocross bikes. But cable actuated, and I did try that.
Cable discs is disgusting.
It was a really neat system.
It's really a disgusting thought.
Yeah, it wasn't nice.
I've got a little thing that I can clip onto the front of my wheelchair. It's got a little electric front wheel, and that's got cable disc brakes on it. And I'm just like,
it's not
like
a
joke.
Yeah, it's not about that. Yeah, bikes. Well, that's another thing, though, isn't it? Like adaptive bikes are cool.
Yeah. The tech of it all is amazing. Like all this stuff.
Like I'm using the SRAM wireless shifters. I've got like the little blips. Yeah. And we've been like, actually we're trying to make like a little holder for it, and I've just been like sticking them on my grip. Literally, it's the best way to do it. And I don't even have to lift my thumb or my finger off. I just like use a bit of my hand and tick, tick, tick. Yeah. That's cool.
All that tech is so nice.
It's so good.
I love it. We've got a favourite rider.
Oh, that's hard.
Favourite rider.
What we like?
I've got 2 questions on that actually.
Have you?
A favourite rider. Yeah, go do that first. Yeah, quite interested to.
Jason McCroy.
Jason McCroy. Wow.
Jason McCroy
That's
was
a good name.
He was my hero.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up. He was just a dude, flat pedals.
What
was it? Was it Dirt? The vid? And like, oh man.
Yeah, that's Pete Tompkins who did that.
Yeah. You were around that time doing your.
Well, Dirt was. That was a video I had, like everyone else, and watched.
Yeah.
I wasn't on it.
Tricks and Stunts couldn't have been that long after that.
Well, the video that came next was Chain Spotting, and that was also Pete and MBUK lot making that video. Yeah. And me and Horsey begged them to let us be on it. Yeah. And basically they weren't that interested in having trials on there.
No way.
And me and Horsey got our sponsors. He got
Giant.
I don't know, but he might be in Scott then. I can't remember what he's on. No, it is maybe a Giant. It's his first video on a Giant. And then I got Cannondale. They both paid for our expenses.
Oh, okay.
And we just paid our way onto it.
No way. So
and then they realised how useful trials was when we were suddenly in a city centre and
yeah. You can do loads of
cool
cool stuff.
Like, what can we do? And we're like, well, we can do
loads of stuff. Yeah.
Watch this, and it was just perfect.
Yeah.
And that basically got us going because it was a popular bit of that video, and then tricks and stunts came afterwards. So it's sort of like luck. That's what you call it. That's what you call it. Right place.
But I
right
remember I was too little. My dad took my bro to one of the bike shows. Remember, we used to do big bike shows back in the day. You probably riding a few of them,
yeah, I was riding it.
And I was gutted because I was like, oh, I really want to go.
Yeah.
And my bro actually got to meet Jason.
No way.
And he got a poster signed for me.
Yeah.
And it says, "To Tom, stay fast, little guy."
No way.
Yeah, I've still got it. It's in my office.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that must have been 1995.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Because Jason only went to one of the big shows where he would have been doing that, I think.
Yeah. And then I remember obviously he passed away. And my bro and I, because it's way before internet, man, you didn't get those updates all the time.
Sorry, it can't be. Well, I'm trying to get my dates right. It would have been maybe 1994. I'm trying to think, did he? Which year did he pass away?
Well, I was born in '89.
He passed away in '95. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I think it might have been the 95 show early in the year. Yeah, something like that. I could be wrong on my dates. I really apologise if I am. Yeah,
I'm not, but I remember watching back when we used to watch Eurosport and and I think
Grundig downhill.
Yeah, it was like oh wow, and Jason was supposed to be at that race. And we're waiting, and then that's when we found out. And I'll never forget that. And I was, I think, the first time as a youngster, I was like, gutted, like truly, like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was a big hit for the UK scene.
Yeah,
for sure.
but it's he was just like rad. That's like kind of past, but out of the new generation, that's like Nicholas Bullius. I'm a racer at heart, so I always loved the racecraft of Nico.
Yeah,
like Steve, Pete, like dude, like
he's pretty good. Yeah, he's one of my. I think because I've seen Steve do other riding other than mountain biking, and when you watch him do other stuff, you can just tell that he'd have been good on any bike he chose. Yeah. It wouldn't have mattered.
Do you know what I loved about
He could have been the best any bike rider.
He just seemed so normal. That's a weird thing to say, but he was the best, and he still is. Like he's an unbelievable.
Well, and he is a very down to earth guy. Yeah. He's very his personality is very like it's great.
Yeah, I don't think I've properly ever met him. Like I've grown up like a different era, I guess, like either way, but. Those guys. But like your Bruni, there's so many good ones. I couldn't pick one. Like Goldstone, like what is he?
Well, we're in a new golden era.
I'd say so.
For the downhill thing, especially.
I loved it. I was like grassier. I grew up in like those New World Disorder videos. Like they were rock stars, man. They were. They were. It's still amazing. The sport is still unbelievable, but there was something really. And even like you, man, like you. No, honestly, like, dude,
Sorry, you can't say all them names and then me.
No,
it's like.
But I hate to. I'm sorry, actually, it wasn't you.
Oh, it's Horsey.
Yeah, I had a yellow giant.
You're the guy who liked Horsey.
I had a yellow giant, dude.
You're that guy. There was only one.
I had Tektro V brakes.
Yeah, I lie actually. Two people liked Horsey. Yeah, it was you and Horsey.
But yeah, I remember it, and I couldn't afford a Cannondale, so I got the giant, didn't I?
Yeah, I was the more expensive.
Yeah,
Martyn.
you were flash, dude.
I was the more expensive Martyn.
Yeah.
I wasn't the funny Martyn though. Martyn is the funny Martyn.
You were both.
Yeah, he got us a long way with his humour.
He used to throw those dummies off stuff. Can you remember those things?
But he used to do what?
Stuntmen dummy things.
Oh, the dummy. Yeah, we had a good time with that.
God.
It's weird when you look back at all that stuff.
Because you think, oh, God, how stupid were we? Like,
I just love it because it's just it is daft. A lot of it's really silly, and what's funny about it is you're watching some people laugh. Yeah, and there's nothing funnier than watching laughter.
You too.
So I mean, they were just great times. Yeah. They were great times, and we were really lucky, and we worked hard. We really went for it, and we knew. I think what we did do is we saw the opportunity.
Oh, yeah,
and we were like.
went with it.
We're having this, you know, and it was a great time, man. It was so good. It was so good. But there was people around at that time like Bully Oz and McCroy that were just, now are just such iconic. I mean, I went to Malvern's and there was like a whole stand of like JMC stuff, and it was absolutely around. It was just people wanting to like stare at this bike and, I don't know, almost just drinking the vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
It was very, very cool.
Yeah, it's and that's the weird thing. I think because like I literally did my first race when I was 4 years old. Yeah, like that. I've been around it forever, and often I'd be talking to people and they're like, "How old are you?" It's like, you shouldn't know all that stuff. And it's like, no, it's like it's all I've ever known.
It's great.
So, yeah, bikes.
Who should I talk to next?
Who should you talk to next? Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, who would you think I should speak to next? Knowing like what our conversation's gone like and what you think Rideable Now is. I wonder I don't know if I'd be able to pull it off, but it would be quite fun to try and. Well, Tom said I should talk to you.
Really? I don't think I got that much pull.
No, I mean, you're informed.
I'm informed.
You're informed. I mean, it could be anyone. It could just be a rider you like, but it's a difficult question to ask.
Yeah, it is. That is a difficult one to ask. Like, part of me would be like, Steve would be good. Can't quit.
Steve would be great. I've got to be. I thought you were going to say Stevie then, but I don't know if he does podcasts.
Okay.
I haven't seen Stevie on a podcast.
Maybe.
Steve, I could get on a podcast. Steve, I think Steve would because, he's a good laugh.
Yeah.
I think we do it.
What?
But Petey, I don't know if he'd do one.
Okay, interesting.
We can ask.
You got well.
You know who I really want to talk to, but he's just done some podcasts not long since is G, because he's just such a gnarly guy. G. Affin,
yeah.
He's such a gnarly guy.
Man, like. Yeah, he is gnarly.
I feel like he's.
You and Warner would be a great listen.
Yeah, we could do.
You two would be hilarious.
I was with him all weekend, and that guy, man, he is amazing. He's actually amazing.
Yeah,
he's brilliant at his job.
Yeah,
brilliant at it. He's world class.
Yeah.
As a presenter, you know, and so I was a bit in awe of him. But he's just such a great guy and so unique.
I tell you, maybe you should.
Yeah.
Chris Porter. Chris Porter.
Chris Porter, yeah. That would be about a 5-hour podcast.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, you'd have to.
Right, okay. Well, we'll save up some batteries.
Yeah.
And we'll try and get Chris Porter on soon.
Because he's a wild dude.
Yeah, he's gnarly as well.
He is.
He's a good rider.
And he's been involved, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
And that's what got me involved. So yeah.
I'll take it on. Chris Porter, he is in my sights.
Watch out, Chris.
Dude, thank you.
No,
it's been super fun.
It's always fun, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate.
No worries.